Shalom. My name is Carol. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I have a word today. Please remember to like, subscribe if you've watched this, and if you liked it, give it a ding ding, I like. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get straight into the word. Today I'm going to talk about some very familiar things. However, we know that nothing is new under the sun, and in this time when people are very uncertain, I think it is necessary to do what you know. So we'll go to 1 Kings chapter 18, and I will read verse 1 and 2 and maybe give a short summary of the story. So 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 1 to 2. After a long time, in the third year, the word of the Lord came to Elijah. Go present yourself to Ahab. I will send rain to the land. So Elijah went to present himself to Ahab. Okay, we see that there has been a famine in the land of Israel for 3 good years, yeah? Honestly, I feel as though famine is very symbolic in this very day and age, in this very time that we're living in. The word of the Lord came to this anointed person, and it's amazing how God puts an end to all the suffering, all the pain, the trial the Israelites were going through in that time. And I love this story because of how God shows himself. He shows himself through such a powerful way. And in verse 24, Elijah says this. He gathers the prophets of Baal and his prophets, the prophets of God. They say this. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by fire is God. Man, I love that. I really love that, honestly. So, the word can really rile you up. Okay, for me it's riling me up because I was listening to Bishop Clarence Mcledon, and he was, last Sunday's message was just, I feel like I needed to hear that. I feel like it opened my spiritual ears, yeah, on what truly we need to do. We need to pray, and pray continually, yeah. That is how we connect with God. That is how we communicate with God without ceasing. You can tell that this famine went on for 3 years, yeah. I'm sure people were praying to God, yeah, and God was like, yeah, I'm gonna come through, yeah. So imagine you, his child. These were not his children. They were worshipping idols at that time. So imagine you, his child, how long it will take for him to answer. That is why I love this story. So we're going to go to the same chapter, verse 36 to 37. And it says, at the time of the sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward and prayed, Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant, and have done all these things at your command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so that these people will know that you, Lord, are God, and that you are turning their hearts back again. Oh, you can even see the introduction. Now it was his turn to offer a sacrifice to God, so that we can see which one combusts in fire. Let me summarize. They went, the prophets of Baal and the prophets of God, when to offer sacrifices to God, and the one who answers by fire. That time was literal fire. You know, God answers by fire even today. Spiritual fire. We know our God can do anything. So if we are going to pray anything away, we can. Yeah. So this is an encouragement today. Pray without ceasing. Do what you know in how you serve God personally. Even if you're a person who can gather people, yeah, pray together, because this thing will come to an end. We know that the days of Elijah are here, but we know who we serve, and we serve one God. So I'll go to verse 43 to 46 as I finish up the story. So verse 43, and it says, "Go look towards the sea," he told his servants, and he went up and looked. "There is nothing there," he said. 7 times Elijah said, "Go back." The 7th time, the servant reported, "A small cloud as small as a hand rising from the sea." So Elijah said, "Go and tell Ahab, hitch your chariot and go down before the rain stops you." Meanwhile, the sky grew black with clouds, and the wind rose. A heavy rain started falling, and Ahab rode off to Jezreel. The power of the Lord came on Elijah, and tucking his cloak into his belt, he ran ahead of Ahab, all the way to Jezreel. Oh, So even after all that, you think God will be like, we're done here, I have shown myself? No, he continues to go with you wherever you are, wherever you go. So even in this time, it is in our jurisdiction. Yes, it is our right to pray, to fast, to read the word continually. And that is how we communicate with God, so that we know and we can receive what God and his solution would be. In this way, Elijah knew what he knew at the time as a prophet. In those times, you offer a sacrifice to God. In this time, we can also offer a sacrifice to God by praying, fasting, reading the word continually, so that God can also open our eyes, that we may see what he really wants. Even in spite of everything that's going on, you can experience supernatural provision, supernatural protection, supernatural health, supernatural. So let's be happy in what God can do. But let's be very vigilant by praying, fasting, and reading the word. Those are very important things to do, because those are the things we know to do. So when you don't know what to do, even David, when he was facing Goliath, Bishop Clarence Mcledon's message, even when David was going to face Goliath, he did what he knew. He took a sling and a stone and hit that guy on the head. He didn't take the armors, he didn't take those weapons that he didn't know how to use. He took what he knew and he went with it. I really hope that encourages you today. Even in this time, search your heart. In praying, repent and live rightly, even in all that's going on. Yes, you may be right all the time. That's fine. Keep at it, please, and avoid repeating the same mistakes, the past mistakes. Ask God to guide you and give you self-control. Ask him to give you what you need in every season, in every situation, because we need God in everything. We need to put a smile on our face, he puts it there. We need food in our stomachs, he puts it there, man. He gives us the ability to make wealth. What can't he do? I'll go on to 2 other verses, and that is in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24, and it says, "A person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way?" Can you tell me Elijah understood what was happening? Let God guide you. Let God guide your steps, because He is ready to do the supernatural. I believe it in my heart that this is a revival, a restoration season, and I can't wait for what God has in store for you, for me, for everybody even connected to you. And I pray and declare that you will get double, triple, 10 times, infinite times what you lost. So we also go to Acts chapter 28, chapter 28 verse 26 to 27. Go to these people and say, you will ever be hearing but never understanding. You will ever be seeing but never perceiving. For these people's heart has become calloused. They hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes. Otherwise, they might see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their hearts and turn, and I would heal them. Drop the mic. That was a wonderful word. With that, please let me repeat this again. Pray, fast, read the word. Let God speak to you. Get into your quiet zone. Let God do what He does best. And you don't know. And I really hope you liked that. Thank you so much for watching. And also, I said in the last video that I would do a makeup tutorial, so there'll be a time lapse after this.